Hello, Algebra 2. Hope you guys are doing well. I showed my husband one of these videos and he said that I am way too close to the camera. So I'm backing away a little bit. Today we're doing dividing polynomials. Let's make it happen. Okay, do you remember long division or the division algorithm? Oh, I hope you do. Let's see here. You've got the divisor, that goes out here. You've got the dividend, that's that guy. You've got the quotient. And yep, you would take this and rewrite it with this division bar. And you would get your answer. You would have a remainder of 19, or it would be like 35 and 19/21. This is the exact same thing, but with polynomials. I am doing number 9, 16, and 20. The rest are up to you, or they're all up to you, depending on how you want to do it. I put a little line of notes in here, something so that I would remember to say. Arrange the terms of the dividend in decreasing degree of x, and insert any missing terms with 0 as the coefficient. Okay, here's what that means. I'm going to rewrite this guy. I'm going to rewrite my dividend. Oops, I forgot it already. I don't have an s squared term in there, so I have to add 0s squared. It's like a placeholder. I'm going to try really hard to be as neat as possible with this one, because this just gets a little complicated. I find this to be one of the more frustrating things to do. Okay, here we go. I need to divide here, so I want to think about what do I need to multiply s by to get 2s cubed? What do I need to multiply s by to get 2s cubed? If I multiply it by s squared, 2s squared rather, if I multiply 2s squared, I would get 2s cubed. So it's like I take that and then I multiply it by those two terms. So here I go. 2s cubed, and then 2s squared times 4 is plus 8s squared. I'm going to subtract those polynomials. I like to put mine in parentheses and put the minus sign out there so I can keep track of what I'm doing. It gets a little complicated. So now I've got 2s cubed minus 2s cubed is no s cubes, and I've got minus 8s squared. So no s squared is minus 8s squared. And I'm going to bring down the negative 29s. Okay, now I have to think, what am I going to multiply s by to get negative s squared? I'm going to multiply it by negative 8s. And then I distribute that to both of the terms in the divisor. So I've got negative 8s squared, and then negative 8s times 4 is plus 32s. I've got to subtract those two terms. Helps me a lot to put them in parentheses and put the minus sign out there. Negative 8s squared minus negative 8s squared, those cancel out like they always should. Negative 29s minus, that should be, I made a mistake there. It was negative 8s squared. There should be a minus sign in here. And I've got negative 29s minus negative 32s for 3s. Just got to be very careful. Bring down the 13. Okay, what do I need to multiply s by, again, to get 3s squared? I would have to multiply by 3. And then again, I'm going to distribute that 3 to both of those terms. So 3s plus 12. I'm going to subtract. Leaves me with just 1. So there's my quotient with a remainder 1, but instead of writing it as a remainder 1, it's like I have 1 over s plus 4. And that's my answer. So it's the same kind of thing as above when I was just dealing with numbers. where I did have a remainder 19, but it's like I have 35 and another 19 21sts. Okay. What happened? Where are all my numbers? Wow, that was weird. Okay, number 16. Here we go. I'm going to rewrite it, making sure that my terms are in decreasing degree of x, and this time t, and I put in a placeholder 0 for anything that's missing. So I don't have a t squared, so I'm going to put in a 0 for that one. Okay, first up to rewrite it. I need a plus 0 t squared because I don't have a t squared terms. And my divisor. Okay, now I'm going to work. I need to think about what can I multiply t squared by to give me 4t to the 4th. I would multiply t squared by t squared, and then when it says if I'm distributing this to all 3 terms, okay, 4t to the 4th minus 2t to the 3rd minus 3t squared. And I've got to subtract that entire polynomial, so I like to put it in parentheses and put a minus sign out in front. Okay. These ones cancel out. These ones cancel out. 0t squared minus negative 3t squared is positive 3t squared. I'm going to pull down the next term, minus 3. Okay, now I have to think about what am I going to... Something wasn't right. This was a 6. You just got to be very, very careful. This is why I don't like this stuff, because I often have to try things multiple times. Okay, there we go. Now, what do I multiply 2t squared by to give me 6t squared? Multiply it by 3. So there is no t term here. Okay, 3 times each of those 3 terms. 6t squared minus 3t minus 9. If I look right here, I can pull down my 9 too. I'm going to subtract all of that, but it's all the same, so I have a remainder of 0. If I have a remainder of 0, then that's my answer, and that's it. Okay, so big ideas again are putting your divisor out here, putting your dividend under that division sign, that division bar, writing your terms in decreasing order, and putting in a 0 wherever you need to. Okay, one last one for me, a couple more for you. Okay, I'm going to write this in terms of decreasing order of p's. Decreasing order of p's. So, p cubed, and then I've got the p squared, decreasing order of p's, and then I've got just p, and then I don't have any p's. So I had to rearrange those to be in decreasing degree of the variable p. Okay, what do I need to multiply 2p by to get 2p cubed? That would be p squared. Subtract the whole thing. Negative p squared q minus p squared 2 is negative 2 p squared q. Bring down the next term. what do I need to multiply 2p by to give me negative 2p squared q? I would have to multiply by negative p q. My first term, negative 2p squared q. It's the same, that's what I wanted. And then I just got to be careful. Minus pq squared. Subtract the whole thing. pq squared minus negative pq squared is 2pq squared. Bring down the last term. Okay, one last time. What do I have to multiply 2p by to give me 2pq squared? I'd have to multiply by q squared. And I'm left with negative 3q cubed. So I have a remainder, so I've got to add plus, let's make it minus. Minus 3q cubed over my divisor, 2p plus q. I chose to make it a minus. I could have made it a plus negative. That would be the same thing. So I could have, if I wanted to, make it plus negative. That would be the same thing. Okay. Good luck on these. See what you can do. In number 21, the t's. Make sure the t's go in decreasing order and that you have a placeholder for the t cubed, or t squared. Make sure you have a placeholder in number 21. And what else is a little tricky? Number 3, make sure that your terms go in descending order. So start off with that negative x squared. Okay, there we go. Email me if you have any questions.